Dr. Justin Marcagiani here. Today, we're going to be doing a video on the top 5 mushrooms to improve your health. I'll give you even a bonus mushroom at the end. We're going to dive into this topic, especially it being the middle of winter. There's a lot of good benefits for medicinal mushrooms. Before we dive in, love to see your comments down below. We'll be responding to them. Love to see your thoughts on the matter. And again, if you guys enjoy the content, please share it with family and or friends. All right, so first mushroom out of the gate is turkey tail, right? So how a lot of these mushrooms work is they have immunomodulating compounds, whether it's beta glucans, and a lot of times it could have either triterpenoids or different compounds that can modulate the immune cells. So usually you'll see an increase in natural killer cells or T cells. This is going to be the major mechanism how a lot of these mushrooms work. You also have these polysaccharides, whether it's PSK or PSP polysaccharides. These have impacts on the immune system. So turkey tail is one, has really good benefits on supporting the gut microbiome. It's also going to have a key player in just overall immune function. So turkey tail is good. There'll be an overlap with some of these. And so you can take some of these mushrooms in a blend. You can take them individually. I'll tell you the ones that I specifically take. I recommend at least a gram of these mushrooms at a therapeutic level. You'll see a lot of, I won't call out specific ones, but you'll see what I call it pixie dusted, where you'll have like 50 there, 100 there. That's okay. But if you really want to hit a mushroom and get a therapeutic benefit, you want to be at a higher level. And that's where you may want to take 1 or 2 of these, at least at a gram level, maybe up to 2 or 3 grams to really get that therapeutic benefit. So my favorite, I'm going to go on number 2. First was turkey tail, still great immune function, is reishi. Reishi, or otherwise known as Ganoderma lucidum. Okay, so turkey tail is known as the immune supercharger, but reishi is going to be the immune modulator, strong antiviral property. So first off, it's going to increase your natural T cells. It'll increase your white blood cells. You're going to have beta 1,3 glucan in there. You're going to have triterpenoids, or I call them triterpenes, triterpenoids, and these are going to have impacts on modulating the immune system, increasing antiviral aspects. You can supercharge to go after viruses. In the winter months, I'm always on about 1 gram a day preventative maintenance for reishi. All kinds of good benefits too with reishi, with blood sugar too. You can get a blood sugar meter. You can test your blood sugar. Take some reishi. There's some data on reishi also modulating blood sugar. So if you're mixing it in with your coffee or tea and you're eating a little bit more carbohydrate, it can definitely help bump that. The triterpenoids are going to be immune modulating, and they're also going to boost the overall white blood cells too. Now, I prefer a lot of these mushrooms in a hot water extract. Hot water or alcohol extract. I don't prefer it grown on. You'll see some grown on rice or oats. A hot water extract is always going to be better. It's going to be more potent. You're going to have less extract, less actual raw material, to be a lot more concentrated. So I prefer that. Plus, if you're gluten sensitive, that could also be a thing too. So usually my good recommendation dose is 1 gram. So to really get it, take reishi at least at 1 gram, and then you can go up to 3 grams or more if you have actual illness. Shiitake is wonderful. And again, you can eat some of these mushrooms. Shiitake is great because there's a compound in it. It's called active hexocorrelated compound. So it's the active compound in shiitake, but it's known to actually be very helpful for HPV virus. That's the virus that you have papillomas in the genital area. Very helpful at knocking that down because it really bumps up your immune cells. It increases what are called natural killer cells, like I mentioned with reishi. Reishi similar, except there's just more data on the AHCC, the active hexocorrelated compound. There's more data with the shiitake, which is great. So it increases dendritic cell function and increases overall natural killer cells. You'll see some overlap with the reishi too. Also strong anti-tumor and immune supporting properties. You're going to see a lot of these things have adaptogenic effects with the immune system. So shiitake is wonderful. So in that, STD area, wonderful, but also for other immune benefits. Chaga is great. It's my favorite mushroom for digestive benefits. So there's butanoic acid and polyphenols in it that offer antiviral effects, but it also stimulates digestive juices. So it's going to improve enzyme acid levels. It's going to even improve liver and bile function. So it'll help you better digest fat, better digest protein, get your own digestive juices going, which will also help improve your ability to digest and absorb nutrition. Now, of course, I always recommend take hydrochloric acid, take enzymes. But if you're someone that, hey, maybe you want a little tea after dinner, a chaga tea could be a great way to support your digestion and also get that butanoic and polyphenolic acids in there to bump up your immune system and also help improve your overall gut function. Next, cordyceps. I love cordyceps as part of an adrenal tonic. It's wonderful because there's data on it helping to improve DHEA levels. So if you run an adrenal test and you have low DHEA sulfate, cordyceps can be wonderful for helping with that. Lots of immune modulating effects as well. Modulate cytokines. So that's going to be, if you have autoimmune stuff, it could definitely help modulate the immune system. So if you're kind of, Hashimoto's or one of these type of autoimmune conditions, it can definitely modulate it, and it's still going to have good immune benefiting qualities to it. So if you have adrenal stress, you're tired, you're fatigued, and you want to add in a medicinal mushroom in, I recommend cordyceps. So the two that I typically do on most days will be either blend of reishi by itself or cordyceps by itself, or I'll do both. And you can easily, I have some chaga teas that I'll do. Like I get some chaga teas that are mixed in with like some hot chocolate or coffee, like like low sugar stuff that can be really good. And I'll even play around with lion's mane. Lion's mane is great because it has a lot of, let's say, brain inflammation, brain anti-inflammatory impacts. So this is number 7 for you guys, right? Brain anti-inflammatory effects. It also stimulates nerve growth factor, which improves that hippocampal neuron density. It also helps stimulate myelin regeneration. Myelin's this fatty, waxy substance that coats the nerves for better nerve signaling. And it can also help modulate dopamine amino acid levels in the brain, which then help with focus, retaining information. It's also that I love you neurotransmitter, and also reduces inflammation. So we'll add lion's mane on there as a bonus on there. So really good myelin nerve regeneration, and also very anti-inflammatory to the brain. So we hit that. I think we hit all the big ones there. So turkey tail's 1, reishi's 2, shiitake is 3, chaga 4, cordyceps 5, and then your bonus is going to be lion's mane. So how I recommend it here, if you want to just pick one, my favorite is just do reishi. Make sure it's a hot water extract. Make sure it's good. Start there. If you have a lot of stress and fatigue, pick cordyceps. If you have some digestive issues, pick chaga. If you just have some general immune modulating things, you can also go to the shiitake. And then last but not least, if you are focusing, you're cramming for a final, right? Feel free, or just want to absorb a lot of information. You're at a conference, right? Pick lion's mane. And again, a good starting dose is right around that gram level. Start there and you can go up. Again, this is Dr. J. I'm trying to give you guys actionable information, things that I actually do. Lots of people that you see online, they don't even do these things. They don't even use it. They're not actually applying it. I'm applying it. I'm in the clinical trenches every day with patients, and I'm using these things. If you have a known active autoimmune issue, be very careful adding these things in because they can modulate the immune system. So if you're already really inflamed and your gut's out of whack, you probably want to work with a functional medicine provider first to get the inflammation and get your gut better before you go in and start taking these things, because they can upregulate your immune system. And if it's already over upregulated, it could overdo it. So just be careful with that if you have known active autoimmune conditions. Again, Dr. J here signing out. If you want to dive in deeper, there'll be a link down below where you can reach out to my staff and team where we see patients on the functional medicine side worldwide. So if you want to dive in, that's an option for you guys. And if you enjoyed, feel free and share with family and friends. All right, guys, have a good night. Take care. Bye now.